Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the chapter 2 of computer programming unit, which is binary representation. For this, we are going to talk about number system and the types of number system. First of all, we will move to the definition of number system. Every computer stores numbers, letters and other special characters in a coded form, that is binary form. To understand this binary representation, we should have a basic understanding of number systems. There are two types of number systems: non-positional number system and positional number system. What is a non-positional number system? The non-positional number systems do not involve the weight corresponding to each position of a digit in the number. Roman number system is its common example. Then we move to positional number systems. In positional number systems, there are only a few symbols known as digits. In a particular number, digits have different values depending on their position. That is, the digit 2 in number 20 and in 2000 has different value due to its difference in position. This value depends on various considerations like the digit itself, the position of the digit in the number, and the base of the number. Depending on the base value, there can be different types of positional number systems like unary, binary, ternary, quinary, pentanary, octal, decimal, duodecimal and hexadecimal. The total number of symbols used in a particular number system represents its base. All the number systems have highest numerical symbol having a value 1 less than the base. We are now going to talk about decimal number system. Deci means 10. The number system that we use most of the time in our daily life is decimal number system because it has 10 unique digits: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and its base is 10. It is called decimal number system. Let us consider a decimal number. How will we represent it? Suppose we need to convert a decimal number system, a binary number system, to decimal. Then see example 1. You have the number 111001 to the base 2. It means that this is a binary number. We will take the number. We have the first one on the right side. This is multiplied by 2 raised to power 0. Next digit in the number is 0. See here, this 0 is multiplied by 2 raised to power 1. Next 0 is multiplied by 2 raised to power 2. Next digit is in the given number is 1. This digit is multiplied by 2 raised to power 3. Then next number 1 into 2 raised to power 4. Next number 1 into 2 raised to power 5. On solving this we get 57. We write 57 to the base 10, meaning that it is decimal number system. Now, we can also be asked to do some other problems, like to find out the decimal value of 10011 to the base 2, signifying that it is a binary number system. Similarly, what we have done earlier, we have number 1 into 2 raised to power 0, again number 1 into 2 raised to power 1, then next number is 0 into 2 raised to power 2, next number is 0 into 2 raised to power 3, again next number is 0 into 2 raised to power 4, last number is 1 into 2 raised to power 5. When we solve all this, we get 35 to the base 10, because this gives us 32 plus 2 plus 1, which is 35. Now, we sometimes need to convert decimal to binary. The various conversion steps are: first, divide the number by 2, get the integer quotient for the next iteration, get the remainder for the binary digit, repeat the steps until quotient is equal to 0. How we will do this? Suppose we have the decimal number 17. We divide 17 by 2. 2 8s are 16 and remainder is 1. 2 4s are 8, remainder is 0. 2 2s are 4, remainder is again 0. 2 1s are 2, remainder is 0. Now the binary number corresponding to decimal number 17 will be, starting from the bottom, 1 0 0 0 1. So you have to take care that you have to start from the bottom and move to top. Similarly, this is a somewhat lengthy calculation, bigger example. So suppose you have number 4215. This is a decimal number, and we need to convert it into binary. So how we solve it? 2107, remainder will be 1. Again 21053, remainder will be 1. Then 2526, remainder will be 1. We keep on dividing with 2. Then we have 263, remainder is 0. Then you have 131, remainder is 1. Then you have 65, remainder is 1. 32, remainder is again 1. Now you have 16, 0, 8, 0, 4, 0, 2, 0 and 1, 0. So fine. Again, starting from bottom, the binary number corresponding to 4215 will be 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1. Now sometimes the numbers we have to convert are in fractions. Now what to do? Suppose the given number is decimal number 3.703125 and you are required to convert it into binary. So converting 3 into binary is easy. We know it is 1 1. So we keep this 1 1 as such, and the number after the decimal will be converted separately. Let us see what we get and how we proceed about it. So you take this number after the decimal 0.703125. Now here, instead of dividing by 2, we need to multiply by 2. After multiplying by 2, what we get is 1.40625. 1 comes before the decimal. So what 1 goes as carry. We can keep it at the side. Next number is 0.40625. This left, this is left. Again we multiply it by 2. 0.8125. Before decimal what we have? 0. So we write a 0 here. Now again this 0.8125 is multiplied by 2. We get 1.625. You have a carry of 1. Again 0.625 is left. It is multiplied by 2. We get 1.25. We get a carry of 1. Then we have 0.25 multiplied by 2. We get 0.5. Carry is 0 here. 0.5 into 2 gives us 1. And the whole number 1 is here. Finally remainder 0 is left. So we now have this number 101101 to the base 2 point after the decimal. Total number will be 11.101101 to the base 2. Thus we have managed to convert a fractional binary number, a fractional decimal number into a binary number. So these are the conversions. Try to do as many examples as you can, because only practice, it is only practice which makes us learn these things. Now we move to the next topic, algorithm development. Now algorithms or programs, they are inherent part of programming, and we are going to start studying these from the scratch. So what is algorithm, what is program, what are the applications of both, what are the differences between two, what are the basic concepts that we are going to understand. Now there are many stages involved in the development of a program. Developing an algorithm is one of the most important stage among them, which we shall discuss now. But before moving to algorithm, let us have a brief overview of various stages in program development. What is a program? A program is defined as a sequence of set of instructions. Unlike general belief of spending maximum time in coding while developing a computer program, most of the experienced programmers spend 90% of their time working on the logic of their programs and not on coding. Therefore, it is crucial to understand the process of developing efficient program. In fact, writing a computer program for solving a problem is a multi-step process. These are the various stages of program development. Stage 1 is defining the problem. It is the most important stage as it acts as a foundation for building up a program. The basic concepts of program should be clearly known by the end of this phase. Stage 2 is algorithm development. An algorithm is a map or an outline to a problem solution. This outline shows the precise order in which the program will execute individual functions to arrive at the solution. It should be emphasized here that an algorithm is language independent. Stage 3 is program coding. It is the process of converting an algorithm into a more structured device, that is, the source code, by using the desired computer language. Every programming language has its own set of rigid rules known as syntax, which should be followed carefully while writing the source code. Stage 4 is compilation, debugging and execution. While compiling the program code, the process of finding errors or bugs, if any, in the program is known as debugging. It is the final step in the programming process. There can be two types of error in the program: syntax error or logic error. A program is said to be executed correctly if it gives the desired result after compiling and debugging without any errors. Now we will see what is an algorithm. It is a general perception that computer is used to carry out computations. A computation involves addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, etc. That is numeric computations. But a computer can be used for non-numeric computations as well. For example, it can be used to sort out a given list of names of persons in an alphabetical order. Nowadays, computers are used more for non-numeric computations. Now, the question arises, how will we get the computations, numeric or non-numeric, done by the computers? Whether a problem is big or small, simple or complicated, we ponder over it and come up with a systematic step-by-step procedure, which, if followed correctly, will lead us to a solution of the problem. A technical term for such a step-by-step procedure is called algorithm. Thus, algorithm may be defined as a step-by-step sequence for finding the solution of a given problem. Once the method has been decided to solve the given problem, we must describe a complete and unambiguous set of computational steps to be followed in a particular sequence to obtain the solution. This process is called algorithm. An algorithm may also be defined as a sequence of precise and unambiguous instructions for solving a problem in a finite number of operations or steps so as to produce the desired result. Here it may be emphasized that the computer is concerned with the algorithm and not with the method. The algorithm tells the computer where to start, what input to read, what operations to be carried out and in which order, what information to be displayed and when to stop. Now the question arises, what are the basic characteristics of algorithm? An algorithm has 6 important features. First is input. An algorithm must specify the quantities which must be read or known before an algorithm can begin. Then, second characteristic is finiteness. The instructions of an algorithm must terminate after a finite number of steps to achieve its goal. Third characteristic of algorithm is definiteness. Each step of algorithm must be clearly defined, or the action to be taken must be unambiguously specified. Next characteristic of algorithm is effectiveness. An algorithm must be effective, which means that all the operations are executable, and care must be taken that the steps of the algorithm should be basic enough to be solved by pen and paper only. Next characteristic is time requirement. There is always a trade-off between time required to compute an algorithm and its efficiency. However, algorithm should be fast enough to produce an output in minimum time. Next characteristic and the last characteristic of algorithm is output. An algorithm must specify the quantities which are to be displayed out in the desired format and at proper places. Now, let us do a brief revision of all the topics which we have done today, and I will also tell you the questions which can come in examination out of today's topic. You can have questions like explain the types of number systems available, or convert the given binary numbers into their decimal equivalents. You can be also asked to convert decimal numbers into binary equivalents, and you can be also asked to describe the conversion of decimal number into binary number and vice versa. Now, let us discuss a few short answer questions also. First, how many number systems do you know? There are two types of number system. Next, name the two types of number system. Non-positional number system and positional number system. Next, what do you understand by non-positional number system? Non-positional number system do not involve the weight corresponding to each position of digit in the number. What do you understand by positional number system? In positional number system, there are only a few symbols known as digits. In a particular number, digits have different values depending on their position. Next, name a few Types of positional number systems. The types are unary, binary, ternary, decimal, etc. Next, why is the decimal number system so called? Decimal number system is so called because it has 10 unique digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and its base is 10. Why is binary system so called? Binary system is so called because its base is 2 and it has only two symbols 0 and 1. Next, define algorithm. An algorithm is defined as step-by-step sequence The other questions which may be asked are, what do you understand by the term algorithm? Explain with the help of examples. Explain briefly the different stages in program development. So all this we have discussed. Now in the next lecture we will continue the same topic. Till then you revise what I have taught. Thank you.